ready. I think this is ready. Oh, there you are. Hey everybody, my name is Michelika Anabinet and I'm from the class 81182A and this will be my presentation on the subject sculpture. So let's not waste our time and get ready to start with this. So, what is a sculpture? Well, it's any artwork that exists in a three-dimensional plane, such as this ducky doll over here. You can see it and you can feel it. And most importantly, you can rotate it and it shows different angles for the duck. And it shows different results. It's different from an artwork we usually draw on a piece of paper. For an example, this anime girl is drawn in 2D plane, which is different from a sculpture which is 3D. Wherever you turn the angle, she's gonna still constantly facing that way. No matter if you turn it to the other page, it shows up my nose. See? To study about mass and space within a sculpture, here's an example. We're gonna use Henry Moore's Marquette letter hole made in 1974. But let's turn this sculpture image into a simpler form so we can understand it even better. Let me just... there you go, a better image. So, a mass in sculpture is the amount of substance that exists within a sculpture itself. Artists can use metal, wood, but specifically, Henry Moore used plaster of Paris for this sculpture. Now let's talk about space inside a sculpture. The black part of the colored sculpture is called a positive space, occupied by the mass and no light can pass through. Next is the negative space in sculpture presented by the white color, never occupied by mass and every light can pass through it. Before picking a subject matter, I did a lot of studies on rock holes, tentacle squids, bread or bugweed, and then more rock holes, and then more wood branches still by woodpeckers, and then more rocks affected by it, and then a beehive, and then food paste on pancake, and also sea coral, and then cheese. Well, compared to all these, I find something special about the cheese. First characteristic on the etched surface, straight holes equals to straight shadows. In my studies from my observation from the drawing, it helps indicate the direction of the curve inside when you kind of see it through the shadows itself. Second characteristic would be on the flat surface. Curve holes equals to bent shadows. When you see from the drawing, compared to the first one, you can see the shadow just go straight up. Meanwhile, the second study, it shows that if it has irregular shapes on the flat surface, it has a bent, curved shadow when I draw it. These are all my 10 development ideas that I had, and this one is the chosen one. So we'll be talking about the elements and principles of art that exist in this one. The first element of art that exists is shape, where irregular shapes such as oval exist and geometrical shapes such as circle exist as well. Second element of art that exists is line, where minor details add up with lines. First principle of art is movement, either from the top area to the bottom or vice versa. The second principle of art is balance, where the left side mirrors the right pattern on the right side, hence symmetrical. Third principle would be emphasis, which is located in the middle way to attract audience's eyes. I chose bath soap instead of laundry one because it's cheaper, easy to get during RMO, and easy to craft one for beginners like me. The only thing I'm using technique is reduction on the soap. So the first thing to do to make this hole is to use these three guys. The first one to easily pull it out and dig it. The second one is to carve the pattern out. And then the third one is to easily dig the rough soap out. And then the second one is that I use water to smoothen up the surface here, and then use tissue paper to wipe it out, and now you have a smooth surface on it. And then the second time I use this one to carve out a flat surface like this. And then to get this smooth surface again, I use water again and then smear it all over the soap with water and then let it dry out for a few hours. And then I use the smaller flat one to carve out that part to make it flat, and then that's how it looks like. And then I carve it out having a line pattern using this one, a smaller sharp end tool, and then using the smaller one, flat one, I use it to carve out the middle part on top of the soap. And I use these two to carve out these minor details within the soap. And then I use this bigger sharp end tip of the tool to make a big circle as minor details. And then I use it as well to make a triangle pattern to variety of the soap. So the first challenge was that my phone broke on the week that I'm supposed to go back to Miri, and I was scared that I might miss any informations that Madam might give in the class. But thankfully, Ani and Hani were available options for me to borrow their phones or at least hang out with them during class. So yeah, that's the first challenge that I had to face. And then the second one was that restriction movement order sucked so hard because it's really hard to move at that time. You can't move out and buy stuff easily without getting scanned on your head, and they have to know whether you're not sick or what, just to prove that you're not sick and you can go into the shop. And then the third would be that I don't have a laptop to do this assignment and edit it properly, so I had to use my phone right now to edit this. But then everything goes fine anyway. I'm comfortable with my phone to edit this with my new phone, obviously. Well, I don't really have much of a good conclusion, but I guess that's all that I have for this presentation, and hopefully COVID-19 will be relieved so we can do this project properly, because it's supposed to be made on wood, but apparently because of this and everyone's scattered around and not everybody has the reliable source to get wood, so we have to use soap. So I'm hoping that next semester or so we can try and do the actual thing that the syllabus has provided us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's about it. So I think that's all, I guess. Thanks to our Madam Halina for teaching us, and my friends and classmates for being there for me when I needed them, and my parents for helping me buy stuff when I couldn't. All the stuff. Bye.